the goddamn button? Push the goddamn button!
I just finished testifying in front of the House Oversight Committee. I did it for two reasons. First, I love my country, including our Constitution. And America was built on the idea that no person is above the law, even presidents, especially presidents, and that we should all live under the same set of rules. This kind of democracy requires every person to play their part. And I hope that by being there today, we can bring ourselves just a little further away from the brink and back to being a country where we can disagree civilly and we can search for truth and justice, and that it outweighs the partisan urge to score points and create spectacle. The second reason I was there is that the girls and women whose lives Jeffrey Epstein destroyed deserve not just justice, but healing. They've been waiting too long for both. Though my brief acquaintance with Epstein ended years before his crimes came to light, and though I never witnessed during our limited interactions any indication with what was truly going on, I offered the little I do know in the hopes that it would help prevent anything like this from ever happening again. I also have to say something personal. Republicans made Hillary testify yesterday, and she had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein, nothing. She has no memory of ever even meeting him. She neither traveled with him nor visited any of his properties. So whether 10 people or 10,000 people were subpoenaed, including her, was simply not right. So here's what I told the committee. First, I had no idea of the crimes Epstein was committing. No matter how many photos showed me, I have two things that at the end of the day matter far more than any interpretation of 20-year-old photos. I know what I saw, and more importantly, what I didn't see. And I know what I did, and more importantly, what I didn't do. I saw nothing and I did nothing wrong. As someone who grew up in a home with domestic violence, not only would I not have flown on his plane if I had any inkling of what he was doing, I would have turned him in myself and led the call for justice for his crimes, not the sweetheart deal we got. But even with 20/20 hindsight, I saw nothing that ever gave me real pause. We're only here today because Epstein hid it from everyone so well for so long. And by the time it came to light with his 2008 guilty plea, I had long stopped associating with him. When the video of my testimony today is released, I hope it will motivate everyone to go in front of Congress to say what they know. I hope it will motivate the Justice Department to finally release all the files and to ensure that this never happens again.
This is what I want to address really quick. For starters, for any president, former president, anyone that wears that suit and tie, sits in front of a camera, and speaks on the country in any way, and you have that whole book case thing going on behind you, I don't believe you niggas read that shit. I don't think you read not a single fucking book. Secondly, nobody believes you. I don't believe you. I don't trust none of you. And at this point, if anyone believes anything that come out of their mouth, something is wrong with you too. You can tell he's reading off a teleprompter. If any of this shit was on your heart, why didn't you say anything years ago, my nigga? Y'all be on bull, y'all be lying, and you basically saying to us in our face, all right, so what? What you gonna do? Because you know this was going on. You ain't gonna sit here and tell me you didn't know none of this shit was going on, Bill. Come on, Bill. Come on, Bill. Everybody here can attest to this. We've all been on a job at some point in our life where we know the crooked supervisors, we know who's getting favoritism, we know who's getting paid overtime with favor, we know who's doing what, who's sleeping with who. You know at least one person from every job you've ever had in life who does the sneaky shit. You ain't no different, brother. No different. So you can miss me with this deposition. You can keep it, turn it sideways, shine it real nice, and shove it straight up your candy ass. Respectfully. Nobody buys none of this. You, Hillary, especially, stop it. Stop it. You're probably some of the worst of the worst. You talking about bring it out. How? Most of the shit is blocked off, blackened out. But it's cool. It's cool. Y'all can play in our face and distract us and throw all of this bullshit out here to make us focus on everything else. You ain't gonna be able to run away from God. I can't. Nobody can. So keep up this charade. Nobody buys it though. Nobody.
Welcome aboard the flight. This is pilot Kushite talking. We going back to Memphis and coming straight from New Orleans. The estimated time of arrival is about an hour, and I can turn your ghost if you try and play with my power. So when you look up and see the sun flashing, stay in your seat. If the flight attendant say you making trouble, then we got beef. The turbulence might get rocky. You better not spill your food. This is bread and plain if you get it missing.